Hello and welcome back to another video. Ryan Barath here, GolfWRX, and I'm going to show you how to refinish, or in this case, refurbish rusted irons and wedges. It's actually very simple. I can get everything from either a grocery store or a hardware store, and it doesn't actually take that much time, it just takes a little bit of effort. There are a couple ways to do it. I'm doing it with the wedge head off method. So I've actually pulled the club heads. You can leave the club heads on, but sometimes you're not going to get it right up against where the ferrule, where the top of the hosel meets the ferrule, and you want to make sure that you can actually submerge the whole club head. So I recommend, if you are going to do it this way, but if you tape off the ferrules, then you can give it a shot that way as well. You might also just need a different shaped container. So here's what you use. Double strength cleaning vinegar. This stuff is 10% acetic acid, and what that's going to do is it's going to help eat away at the rust and the oxidation on the raw steel. So when you go to scrub, it's going to come off a lot easier. Some gloves, not because this stuff is actually dangerous to handle, but just because if you got metal sitting in it, it actually starts to really stink. And a little container to actually hold those wedge heads in there. So as I'm putting my gloves on, you can see those wedges have been in there for, I'd say, a couple hours now, so they're getting pretty clean. The images at the beginning of the video showcase what these look like before they went into the vinegar bath, and they were pretty rusted and pretty rough looking. But let's see, with the help of chemistry, what they actually look like now. You can see that vinegar took off almost all of the rust. There are some spots in the cavities which are definitely show a lot of it still. Now you can get in that with the sanding pads, and what I like to use are these blue, usually they're just normal shop sanding pads. They're about 100 grit. What that does is it's not too strong, but it's rough enough where it's going to start to take things off. If you want to get really fine grain, you can use steel wool, or you can get into a much higher grit. This one's pretty smooth, but as you can see over here, there's a little bit of surface rust still, so this is where the sanding pad comes in very handy. When I'm sanding, I always go from heel to toe, anywhere on the back of the club head, and then around the hosel, like to just squeeze and rotate. From a condition standpoint, these wedges are actually in really good shape because you can see that where the sandblasting was done originally around the score lines, very visible. So compared to what we saw off the bat, these are actually in very good shape. Now around the face, you want to go this way on the edges, but if you do use a lighter grit, and this is actually a very worn out sanding pad, just to give you an idea, light rotations around the club face are going to start cleaning it up, and just that little bit pulls a lot off. And that is how you clean up rusty golf clubs. I hope you found this video useful. Like I said, it's actually very simple. It just takes a couple things you find around your house, some patience, and a little bit of elbow grease. So if you have any questions about this or anything that you might want covered additionally to what I talked about, or maybe a golf club you're not really sure about, please use the comments section below. Always happy to answer questions, and as always, thanks for watching.